Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my dude, my boy, my ace, my Ramley UCSD alumni, Mr. Rodney Lusian.
And it's playoff time, baby.
The Los Angeles Lakers are on the air.
Man, that takes me back, yo. That song right there instantly rushed me back to being 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's when they used to come on PayCal 9 and the games was free.
Right.
Like that makes me think it's like 4:30, you know what I'm saying? Because that seemed like what came on with the road games for some reason. I don't know. I don't remember that.
No, yeah. Because actually, it was road games you saw for show. Like
Right.
home games,
Was iffy.
right.
You had to
Like,
have on TV for that. And you got the Celtics game.
right.
It was like, dude, this is killer.
Right.
We get
On
to watch a home.
TV.
Yeah, we get to watch a home game at home.
Yeah.
What is this
Yeah.
world coming to?
Yeah. But now for sure, that would be on the road games. And while that music would play, they would just show a rim, like a live shot of the rim,
Right,
like with dudes
right,
shooting, and
right,
nobody would ever miss. It would just be like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh.
right.
And it's like, damn, dude, these dudes don't never miss.
And this is the production. You know what I'm saying? That's the production value we had. A still shot on the rim. Like no AI, no, no
Right.
memes of the players, nothing. Like we got a still shot of the rim. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's crazy. But yeah, nah, it's playoff time and it's crazy because this year feel like it could be Lakers and Celtics again.
Mm.
Like I don't know. This, you know what I mean? It's crazy how the sports right now is like just boiling up, yo. Like every sport, you know what I'm saying? We had the football with us, you know what I mean? And then basketball, UCSD, like,
Yankees, Dodgers.
oh yeah, right, right. And they won it. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been great even if we had lost. Like
Yeah.
a Yankee Dodger World Series. Because the Yankees don't feel like it was great, but they was loving it though. You know what I mean? Like the whole country. Like I feel like it's a sports renaissance going on right now. Like every season that come around is super enjoyable. It ain't
Mm.
been one season that came around recently where you're like, man, I can't wait for this season to be over. Like sometimes football was like that in the 90s. We be looking forward to the draft, like, you know what I mean, halfway through the season. Like, dude, who we gonna be getting? Like now, I mean, I'm hyped for the draft, but it ain't even we wait for the season, you know what I mean?
hmm
And now with the Lakers is about to take us through another one of them great, summer runs. Like, well, hopefully. The plan is, but it's
And it,
crazy.
it don't it don't even have to get to Lakers Celtics. Like, I mean, that would be optimal. And I'm on record as saying I don't want the Celtics nowhere near the championship. Like,
Right?
shit, we can play the Hawks in the championship series. Like, if you're gonna let me draw it up, like the Celtics will lose in the play-in, even though they're not in
Mm,
the play-in.
right.
Um,
Okay. Nah.
but nah, just the Lakers going to Minnesota. Like the Lakers is from Minneapolis,
Mm, mm,
and so you know
that whole
it
angle.
probably ain't many dudes left in Minneapolis that's like, man, I remember when the Lakers was here.
Right.
But it's always going to be some heat on the Minnesota side when the Lakers come back.
And just historically, a couple of our rings came there. You know what I'm saying?
No, like 4 to 5 of them.
Mm,
And the Celtics hate on that. The
right.
Celtics, shout out to Chill William Jones, bitch ass. He don't like to count the Lakers chips in Minneapolis. I'm
Not
like, dude, that's the same
multiple people
franchise.
do that. I've heard other people do that too, where they like, y'all ain't really tied with us in LA. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, we tied with y'all as the Lakers.
And we not even tied no more. They back one
right.
up, which is why I don't want them nowhere near it. But nah, between the Minneapolis series, like Golden State sitting next round or Houston, like, I mean, shit, playing that music makes me, Lakers, Houston went head up so much in the 80s. Like, they was low key. I mean, they was the only ones that really beat us in the 80s. And we played a bunch of times. So, I mean, it don't matter what direction you look in the Western Conference. It's a juicy-ass matchup waiting.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you said that Houston, because that's what I said. It took me back to being 9 years old. Like, Houston was the first time in my life I realized the Lakers wasn't going to the finals every year. When Samson hit that shot, you know what I'm saying? That was the first time I was like, oh, shit, we not going. Like, so it's crazy because I flash back to that periodically. Like, dude, all growing up until I was like 10 years old, I thought the Lakers they went to the finals every year. Like, I just thought that's what it was. So that year when they beat us, Houston beat us with that Ralph Sampson throw in. I remember a reality like, wait, they gonna still have this? They gonna let these dudes play in it, huh? Like, oh shit. Like, I remember that reality being like, whoa, I don't like this. I mean, I still watched it, but I was like, Robert Reed, like, I get to play the Celtics.
Right. Nah, I feel like I vaguely remember watching it. Like at the finals and sometimes was on tape delay, so there was that angle of it. But when the Lakers was in it, every game you was gonna watch. Shit, every game in the playoffs you was gonna watch. That's when you didn't need on TV to catch the home games.
Right.
Like you could catch the home games on Channel 9 or whatever, CBS or whatever it was on.
Cal, but chick.
Right.
He said you didn't need on. And even with on, you was only getting 3 games.
Right.
You was only getting the Celtics, the Sixers, and the Knicks. That's it. You're not just getting no random home game. It's the 3 big ones. And you paying for that, though.
Right. Nah. I don't remember watching them finals when it was Houston, because Houston beat us twice in the 80s. Because once, even before the Ralph Sampson one, they got us with Moses Malone. And that's the first time I had ever seen Kareem. It was like watching Godzilla lose, dude. It was like,
nah.
How the hell? I mean,
was that 80? That might have been 80.
81. That was the one, because Magic came in in 1980, Magic was a rookie. We won it, beat the Sixers. In 81, Magic's rookie year, the Celtics beat Houston.
Okay.
And Houston beat us in like the first round. Like it was a best out of 3 type shit. And Moses was just killing Kareem. Like I had never seen Kareem get used like that. It was like, dude, really?
Right. By this dude, and he wasn't even a footer.
Right.
He was like 6'10", and back then, if you wasn't a footer, you couldn't be real as a center.
Right.
Nobody even, you know what I'm saying? Your center 6'9", get out of here.
You watching Kareem kill, Dawkins and Caldwell
Bob
Jones,
Lanier,
Artis Gilmore,
right.
Everybody was coming with these footers, and it was like, all right, man, like,
they center 6'10".
I would go into the games nervous, like, dude, he's just as tall as Kareem. Like, what's gonna happen?
Right.
Kareem would be like, man, chill out. I got this.
Right. Nah.
Until Moses showed up.
At 6'10", though. Just look little, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Kareem. Played him like that. Like, played him like, I'm not trying to go over you. I'm going through you. Like, I'm just going to body blow you to death till you falling back, and then I'm laying the ball up. Like, it was,
he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, that was traumatizing. Houston traumatized me as a kid.
Nah, because I don't remember that 80s. I don't remember 80, 81, them putting us out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I don't remember that. But I
That's the
remember.
one. And Magic tricked it off at the end because Magic had been hurt part of that season. And then he came back at the end of the season and he like tricked off one of the games. He like dribbled the clock out or actually he was supposed to throw it into Kareem. Like we was down 1 and he had the ball, was supposed to throw it into Kareem. And for some reason he didn't throw it. Like he changed his mind in the middle of making a pass and ended up being a turnover. It was just all kind of dream shattering, dude. I was like, wow.
Nah, and it's funny because you was talking about the matchups that are possible. It's a possible Laker Clipper Western Conference final. Like that would be something we ain't seen, and that would be nuts. Like we ain't never played them in the playoffs.
Right. The first year they get out of Staples.
Right. Oh yeah. Because that's the other part they was talking about. They would be able to showcase their new arena for the country. Because ain't nobody really fucking with them like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody seen that thing other than LA people, you know what I mean?
And not even all of us, because I literally was trying to go to a Clipper game last Wednesday just to see the arena, because I was like, let me go on before playoffs start.
Right.
I think
so I can say I went the first season.
Right. And I could still probably go in the playoffs and not have to work hard to get a ticket.
You think? I think for the playoffs, it's gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they gonna do all right in the playoffs as far as like fans. But I know during the season they wasn't filling that thing up. Like I heard a couple different people that say they made sure the wall stayed packed, but the rest of the place would be, you know what I'm saying, spotty. And even for the wall, if it wasn't all the way packed, they was bringing people from other areas. Like, hey, you want to come sit in the wall? You know what I'm saying? And if you was neutral or if you was a Clipper fan, then, like, yeah, I'll go over there. But if you was rooting for the other team or a Laker fan, then, right. They wasn't letting you over there. But yeah, nah, that's crazy. It could be Lakers, Clippers for the Western Conference Finals. But I don't know, man. I want to see Lakers versus Celtics, but when I hear you talk the way you say about, I don't want them getting nothing, I can roll with that easily too. You know what I'm saying? But all I can think about right now is us making our run. Like, I want us to be there, then whoever else is there, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you was the one that had mentioned we needed Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? We needed the Clippers to beat Golden State so we could get Minnesota. And that it played out like pretty much exactly how we needed it to play out. You know what I'm saying? It took the Clippers going to OT. I mean, I can't say that's the biggest win in Clipper history, but it's up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember them ever coming through like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like you need them to do something, and they actually did it. I mean, they've won some playoff series, so that got to be their biggest moment. You know what I'm saying? But this, against a team like the Warriors, on the road, like,
who really wanted it.
Right. Who's trying to stay out the play-in? The loser was going to the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they can try to be like, oh, no, we didn't want to play the Lakers anyway, but y'all didn't want to play in the play-in because, the play-in they going to be in is not single game elimination, though.
Who?
The Warriors.
No, if they win their first game, they in.
Right, but if they lose, they not out.
Right.
So they don't fall to that part of the play-in, but still, the plan is almost like do or die. You wouldn't want to just put yourself in that position. But they will get 2 games, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's cool. If they didn't want to play us, I didn't want to play them either.
They've been bad in the play-in. I think they've been in the play-in 3 times and they ain't made it out.
Oh, because we beat them in it once.
Right. I feel like Memphis got them once, and I think Sacramento might have got them once. So they 0-3 in the play-in. So them being in the play-in ain't
a lot.
That's a horse for them. Like,
ain't no guarantee they just coming out of that.
Yeah, they ain't volunteer. I mean, they play hard as hell.
Oh no,
and, it worked out. I didn't I saw it. I knew whoever lost would be in the play-in and potentially the 7th seed, and you know, going to Houston, and we'd have to see him in the second round. But I don't know. I didn't think that far down the line because when I realized yesterday that damn G State gonna go to Houston, they're gonna be favored in that series, and if we come through many,
you think the Warriors gonna be favored? Wow, against the 2 seed. That's mad disrespect. I mean, I understand it, huh?
If they not favored, I'm hammering.
Are you
I'm selling something
to put on it?
to, to put on Warriors plus money against Houston.
But I feel like that's the kind of squad that gives them trouble. It's them young. Like, that's why we perfect for them. We old too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They like, we want y'all. We don't want these young dudes. And that's with us too. We figured out Houston, but young athletic squads is what give us trouble. But in the playoffs, those kind of squads, young and anything don't work in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You need some grizzled vets, yo. And that's why I'm not worried about OKC.
Houston is the quintessential regular season team.
Right. Nah. But you think they're going to be underdogs, huh? Against the Warriors? Damn, that's disrespectful. As the 2 seed in the West, which was tough.
Right, but that's only they probably only finished a game or 2 ahead. I mean,
right,
granted,
they could have finished 7th.
Houston throttled down at the end of the season a little bit. But I mean, they only finished a game or 2 ahead of the Warriors.
Us. Oh, right.
Warriors too. Like,
right.
The difference between 2nd and 7th was maybe 2 games max.
Right. Nah, absolutely. I mean, you see how them and the Clippers were. Like, it was a 14 like clump right there. You know what I'm saying? Between like 6 and 10.
Right. Yeah, they finished. Okay, they finished 4 games back.
Ahead of Golden State?
Yeah. It was 4, They was 4 games better than G State, but that ain't in an 82 game season. Like, I mean, that's substantial, but it really ain't.
Right. Nah. Cause I mean, the difference between OKC and the 2 slot is, you know what I'm saying, is where the gigantic difference is.
Right. 16 games.
Okay, right. Yes. Now that's you know what I'm saying? That's substantial. Right. 4 games, between like 5 spots. That's between 2 and 7 is 4 games. You know what I'm saying? OKC is between 1 and 2.
Right. Now, really games. 2 and 8 because Memphis got the same record as G State. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams within 4 games of each other.
That's crazy. So Memphis play tomorrow, right?
Probably against G State.
Yeah. Okay.
The 7-8 games is tomorrow.
So so it's the Warriors and Grizzlies and Hawks and Magic.
Right.
I mean, does Memphis have a chance
against G State?
Yeah.
I don't know, because at one time Memphis was like solidly the 2 seed.
Right. Recently,
like when we started these podcasts, like whenever we first talked about the Lakers, we looked at, the Lakers is the 3 seed and Memphis is the 2, and we was both like, yeah, they're gonna catch them. Either they gonna catch Memphis or Memphis is falling.
Well, I think we was like 5.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I think we was lower than that.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
Because 3 was like the highest we got. Well, no, 2. We got to 2 for a second. But now we climbed up to that. So at this point, I think we was like 5th. You know what I'm saying? And Memphis was up there. And we was like, yeah, they not holding on for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I like Memphis. I love Ja. Like,
Jaren Jackson,
right,
Bane.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they got the formula that Golden State don't like. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like young, and they a little more seasoned young. They
right.
not just pure young. They been there. You know what I'm saying? They was doing what Houston was doing a couple years ago with that great regular season. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
So
it was the 2 seed.
okay,
And we
right, and
came in,
lost.
to us, we came in at
Right,
the 7. We came in out of the play-in and was like, oh, we get to see y'all.
right, right. So Memphis already went through that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but man, the West is so close. Like the teams are so competitive against each other. Like it's hard. It's hard to say. That's why I asked. I was like, does Memphis have a chance? Because I feel like Memphis is like G State. Like you know what I'm saying? We
Right,
can get them,
right. No.
but
And
everyone is
Memphis is like, if we lose, then we get Wednesday, Thursday off. We get a game on Friday at the house against Sacramento or Dallas. And we gonna be favored by like 7 or 8.
mm,
And then we gonna become the 8th seed, and then we go see Oklahoma City. And it's like,
mm.
is that what Oklahoma City really want?
No,
They want to see us as the 8th seed?
we was them 2 years ago. Nah,
Right.
I'm nah. That's what I'm saying.
I
These
mean, I,
matchups.
I SGA is SGA, like, hey, he MVP or whatever. But if you making me pick between him and Ja, I'm
Right.
taking Ja.
Right. And that's the thing. I've been saying SGA's game is very regular season based. I think SGA has an old James Harden game.
Mm,
Like how once the playoffs came around, they wasn't giving Harden them calls like that. You know what I'm saying? So he had to earn his buckets more. And he was like a tough two taker, which in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a tough two taker in the playoffs. It's layups or threes. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs is about as many easy buckets as you can get. If you got to live off of tough twos, and that's what Shea do. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Shea makes tough twos, and in the playoffs, when they're not putting you at the line, you got to make those. And then you only getting two. You know
right.
what I'm saying? These other squads coming back getting three, easy threes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, man, it's every series except us. I feel like who's gonna win that? You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, that's some home cooking. Like,
Yeah,
us
yeah.
and Minnesota is a competitive ass series.
You
Like they
think?
was in the they was in the they was in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Right. Nah, against Luca
Right.
and lost. And see, that goes back to my thing about Luca's been this path already. That's what I was saying when we got Luca. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this dude just went to the finals with way less. So now we get to see that every round. Like he put Shea out. So if we see them, you know what I'm saying? He put Ant out. Like Luca just put all these dudes out with less. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Now he doing it with LeBron, Reeves. Like now he got a cast with him. That's why I feel good about us. But it's crazy. You was like, us in Minnesota is a competitive ass series. Like it probably is, but I feel like if we lose that, that's a disappointment.
For
Like
sure. No, it is.
if we lose that series, it's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? What you just look at.
Nothing. I mean, I don't know.
What the
I feel like Minnesota. Well, first I was looking at last year's standings and saw that Dallas finished 5th last year, and Luca, they did what they did.
from fifth.
Clippers beat the Clippers in the first round.
Who we could see in the Western Conference Finals. He owns them.
Then, like you said, beat Oklahoma City and Minnesota. So, I mean, yeah, Ant-Man is like, I'm seeing everybody except Luka. And I don't know that he's in bow down mode to Luka. And, I liked Minnesota better last year. Like,
with Cat.
Right. Because, yeah, exactly. Like, they're already saying, like, Gobert, he going to have to come off the floor.
Because Luka hit him for game. Remember? Luka won. That's what I'm saying. Luka's mind against all these teams is like, dude, I do these dudes. Every team we could possibly see except Denver, Luka feels like I own these dudes. And that's the thing. I think the Clippers can get Denver. That's who they play. You know what I'm saying? Like in every series, I'm like, man, who's the favorite in this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, you know who the favorite is going to be, but like, is the favorite really supposed to be the favorite?
Right.
You know, the Clippers, low key, they overachieved this year, man. Like they had a great year for taking everything into consideration. All the games that Kawhi missed, you know what I'm saying? Then having letting PG go didn't really replace him. All them spare parts they picked up panned out. Like Dunn, the Duncan dude.
Oh yeah. Jones, I want to say his last name is.
Yeah, Derrick Jones.
Right. But
Norman
been there for a minute.
Huh?
Batum.
Right. Norman Powell had a whole season, you know what I'm saying, that you kept waiting for him to fall off. Zoo took another step. Like this low-key one of the better seasons I've seen them have. I mean, even with the Lob City days, like you still felt like they underachieved. Like this squad, you felt like they overachieved. Like them at the beginning of the year, I was like, this is an AAU team. Like to me, it felt like just a bunch of spare parts. And I mean, saying that, you got to give Ty Lue some love. Because he brought them together as a, you know what I'm saying, as a real squad. Like they D'd up. Like, I don't know. You know I'm not a Clipper fan, but I actually had to look at their season and be like, man,
and they had the same kind of. I mean, they basically had the same record last year. So I mean, and that was probably all without Kawhi. And granted, they had,
PG,
right? Who Philly's like
what?
Yeah,
he ain't good.
What does having PG equal?
Right. I thought he was good. Y'all told us this
damn thing. That's what it equals.
It equals lottery.
Right, but they finished fourth last year, and this year they finished fifth. So, I mean, with a different cast of spare parts, I feel. And,
it didn't feel so spare part as last year.
Because, Westbrook.
Okay, right.
This part of it. I mean.
It was more names, though. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook, PG, Kawhi, Harden.
Kawhi didn't play.
Right.
Did Kawhi play at all last year, or did he sit?
Now, he played, then he came back and got hurt for the playoffs.
Right. No, I mean, ain't no, the Clippers is always going to be a little brother, but.
But that's a great point, though. Now, say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said I can respect what they're doing.
Right. But you made a great point. I love how sometimes you just be straightening out my perspective because you was like, wait a minute, they had the same record last year. With a bunch of spare parts. Like Russ was a spare part. Like you absolutely right. I guess it's just because you didn't even really know this year's spare parts. You know what I'm saying? So it felt different.
Right.
It felt different. Coffee. Right. Derrick Jones. Like, I didn't even know he could do anything other than dunk. I really thought he was like your boy. Who's the winner? The white dude.
Max McClung.
Yeah, who they just bring up to dunk. I thought that's how Derrick Jones was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this dude really plays? Okay, let me watch him. You know what I mean? But nah, you right. Last year was he said they had the same record. Like this the same thing, dude.
Nah, this what
Okay.
Ty Lue get off. Ty Lue gets this off, and even as you was saying, respect to Ty Lue. I was thinking because they've been giving Jeff Van Gundy credit because he put Van Gundy on staff.
And
But
hook the
that's just
dia.
for this, huh?
And hook the dia.
Right. And
Pause.
so, I mean, that's just for this year, though. And so it's like Ty Lue's like, we did this same thing last year. We was in the 4th spot last year, home playoff series against Luka and them. Like,
Nah.
this me. Like, Van Gundy's helped, but our record ain't
Don't
no
give
better.
him all the credit.
Yeah, our positioning ain't no better. Now, I feel like, without a doubt, they feel like more of a threat this year than last year. I mean, I think part of it's because Denver you knew last year Denver still felt like a beast. They was defending champs.
Right.
It was like, all right, who's going to beat them?
Right.
This year feels wide open. And, the Clippers, it's like, yeah, if the Lakers don't get it done, shit, I'd probably – the Clippers wouldn't be too far down the list of my betting favorites.
Nah, because someone said today they was talking about ranking the West, and they said they would have the Clippers third. They said they had OKC first, then us, then the Clippers as the team to come out the West. You know what I'm saying?
I'd probably have them third too. I probably had Denver. I still got Denver 1. I'm still,
even after they fired their coach and GM.
All that. Joker's still there. Did they fire Joker?
Nah, they have not. He is still there. But I feel like that kind of turmoil, like I feel like when it's so close like this, when all the teams are so close, when you're not clearly the best team, all that plays a part. The chemistry. And I feel like that's what we got. Like, these dudes became a team quick, you know what I'm saying? Because they just added Luka. But like how they was acting when they went back to Dallas,
right?
I was like, they really like this dude. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't fake. It was some real, we riding for you tonight type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron let him get everything he wanted off. Like, to me, that really showed me like, okay, they really a unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always feel like that about the Lakers. Sometimes you be like, these dudes is all for themselves. I felt like that a lot when AD was here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like that part is going to help us. You know what I'm saying? The fact that these dudes is a unit. And then, like, Denver firing their coach. And who else? Somebody else.
What?
That's going to the playoffs just fired their coach in the West.
Well, Memphis fired their coach this season.
Okay, Memphis. 2 playoff teams that just fired coaches. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, when has a team like that ever went to the finals? Like, they fired their coach, but here they are in the finals. Like, that usually don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the one thing about Denver that makes me think they're beatable.
For sure. No, I do think they're beatable, but if I had to put money, like, I wouldn't put money on nobody in the West to come out because I feel like it's too much of a crapshoot. If I put it on the Lakers, that's my heart speaking as opposed
actually,
to
I think we like 6-1.
What? So what? We the second?
No, well, OKC's hella favored. They super favored, which I'm like, you know what I'm saying? We got good odds. Our odds.
My money would be Denver 1, Lakers 2, Clippers 3. Probably OKC 4th.
You would bet Denver to come out the West.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I had to. If I had to put money on somebody, I would put it on Denver.
Interesting. Because I think I put mad respect on Denver too. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying, yo, like, well, all last year for sure. I was like, they the champs, man. Like, until somebody put them out. But this year, I still respect the shit out the Joker. But once they fired their coach and then they let it be known how toxic it was between him and Booth, they were saying how they wanted to fire the coach at the All-Star break. But at that point, they went on a little run. And it was like, well, shit, we can't fire him now. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you do it right before the playoffs start.
Right. Nah, it's, and I was happy for it all. Like,
Absolutely.
I've been on record, was like, shit, anybody but Denver. Like, we see anybody but Denver, and I feel good.
Nah.
And, we've probably beat Denver twice since I started saying that. So clearly we have found something, but nah.
Okay.
I want them. I don't want to see them. And until they're dead, that's who I would say my money is on.
Okay, so OKC is minus 140 to win the
West.
To win the West.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We are plus 475. I thought it was plus 600. That would have been the 6-1. So, you know what I'm saying? We like almost 5-1. Then it's the Warriors plus 650. Denver is plus 1,000. If you really like if you really think Denver's coming out the West, they plus 1,000. Then the Clippers 1,600, Minnesota 1,600. Houston is plus 2,200 as the 2 seed.
Right, and you see that lets you know right there that when Golden State play Houston, Golden State will be favored.
Right, because they way more favored to win the West.
Right. Nah,
that's
crazy.
OKC is minus 140. Come on, man, that's a sucker bet.
Right, nah, and that's
even if they win, even if they come out the West, you minus 140 is you can't put money on that.
Nah, you should be getting a better number.
Right. Even if they do it, you know what I'm saying? You like, man, minus 140?
Right.
Are they that much better than everybody in the West? Come on, man.
And that number's gonna fool people into thinking they are that much better.
You think? I think the Sharps is gonna be loving everyone else. Like anyone else you like, you getting a good number on.
I know.
Yeah, I like us.
Shit, it should be some OKC or the field bet you should be able to make.
Oh, I'm sure they got that. My site just ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they got that because I be on the field. No doubt.
Right. And that's probably plus money.
Right. Nah, I was looking for some series prices, but they ain't got them yet because I guess all the series ain't been decided.
Nah, but I heard some. I heard
you know what ours is?
Denver and the Clippers was the closest. Denver, I think, was minus 150. And the Clippers was maybe plus 120 or 125. They said what the Lakers was, but I wasn't listening close enough to catch it. I just remember them saying Clippers and Denver is the
closest.
Right. Because they was basically pumping the Clippers. And as they was pumping the Clippers up, they was like, even Vegas is saying this is the tightest series. But, I mean, the seeds say that's the tightest series too. So,
right.
Vegas
it's the 4-5.
We don't know. Right.
I just think it's because it's Denver. Because like you were saying, you know what I'm saying, how everyone feels about them. Like you feel like Denver and the Clippers, you automatically think Denver, but then when you like, wait a minute, this series is closer than you would think. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you made me pump my brakes on the Clippers. You was like, nigga, this the same season they had last year. You know what I'm saying?
And the one
And
I'm
you,
looking at right now got Denver and the Clippers both at -110 for the series. Can I click that?
so it's a pick 'em.
Right. They got us as -195, Minnesota +165. They got the Knicks as -400, Detroit +300.
Really?
Yeah, then they got Indiana as -220, Milwaukee +180.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't do series prices, but
You don't?
I'm about to.
I like that. Cause it's like a long-term investment.
Mm,
You get like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And then you can keep after every game, it changes.
right.
So if your team lose the first game, sometimes you can even get a fatter number. And if you still think they're gonna win, you know what I'm saying? Now, once the playoffs start, I like putting something on the series. Like, well, clearly I don't do it before the season, but once I'll throw something on the whole series. I'll still do each game, but those series prices, because that's what when you was reading those off, I was like, it looked like I'm gonna be fucking with the East. Because
Oh, you like Detroit?
I think they got a shot. And Milwaukee as a dog,
Right. That's
give
the
me
one that
them too.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Who
Right.
Indiana got that's better than Giannis?
Exactly.
And they
And,
won it.
and if Dame is playing, I mean, that might change the number,
Mm.
but Dame is probably gonna play.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it was like Dame he's clear. Like he has something
Mm.
tomorrow. Like literally, they was like he has his last appointment tomorrow. The blood clot is drunk.
Mm.
Um, and they feel like he's gonna be able to play, but he gets his final clearance tomorrow.
Interesting. Because when I heard blood clot, I thought it was a wrap. But
Yeah,
nah, if Dame is back, definitely like Milwaukee as a dog. I mean, Milwaukee as a dog is just enticing in itself. You know what I'm saying? But then Detroit too, though. Like Detroit, not as much, but I think they can get the Knicks, yo. You know what I'm saying? But Milwaukee for sure, they got rings. What Indiana got?
nothing. I mean, they got to the conference finals last year and they got home court. Um, but I mean, they got Siakam. I don't know what they think they got for Giannis. I mean, I
Right.
guess they feel like Siakam.
And that's my thing. If he got to guard Giannis, that's going to kill his O.
Uh, yeah, well, now it's on him. He's the power forward with your boy Miles Turner
Miles.
as center.
Right.
And maybe Obi Toppin. Like I know they got Obi.
Yeah, he
So
comes off the bench, though. Yeah, yeah.
maybe they think Obi can slow Giannis down or match him up, but
Yeah, I like that matchup. Shit. Giannis on Obi. Give me Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Nah, yeah. It looked like I'm gonna be on some of them series prices, but in the East.
nah. And the Nuggets at even money. I mean, -110. Like
I like the Clippers though.
you do.
Yeah. If I bet anything, I would bet the Clippers. That's why I like that first line you said first. They had the Clippers getting plus something.
Mm,
Clippers as a pick 'em. I'm not betting that. I got to get some juice if you want me to bet the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna bet them as even money. It's crazy though, because yesterday we needed Denver, Minnesota, and the Clippers to all win, so we could get Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So I bet that parlay,
wow.
just straight win though. You know what I'm saying? And Minnesota was giving like 20.
Right. They said that was the biggest line since the 90s.
Okay. So betting them money line wasn't really nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't cover.
Right. So having them money line was the only thing that won. You know what I'm saying? If I had gave the points, it wouldn't have won. But I just bet it all money line because I just wanted those results.
Yeah.
Denver was a small favorite. You know what I'm saying? But the Clippers was a plus.
Mm,
The Clippers was probably getting 5 or 6.
right.
So them money line was like plus 220. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up being like a 3-1 parlay. You know what I'm saying? But it hit though. So like that's how my mind starts to go around playoff time. I start betting like narratives.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The scenarios that I want. You know what I mean? And that's why I was saying Clippers series price. Because I want somebody to knock Denver out.
Uh,
But I'm not betting the Clippers that straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta incentivize me to do that. And that's why I like the East. You giving me plus 190 in Milwaukee and then plus 300 with Detroit? Man, I take both of those. You know what I'm saying?
right. Nah, it's like I think if man, I was just in Vegas. Like
Oh, that's
literally
right. That's
pretty much
right.
this time yesterday, I was getting on a plane leaving Vegas, and it's the trip because Julian and Lennon drove because Lennon had a dance competition, so they had to get out there before I was able to leave. So I flew, and so coming back, they was driving, so they was gonna leave Vegas around 6. They was gonna drop me off at the sports book, and I was just gonna hang out there for an hour, watch the Dodger game, and then catch a ride to the airport. But I ended up leaving my phone in her car, so I had to run to the front desk, borrow a phone, call her, have her come back. So by the time all that was done, I was just like, man, just take me to the airport. Like, let me just cut my losses now. But the little
Which
bit of the
might have
time,
saved you.
right? The little bit of time I was in the book, because I was like, all right, let me see, like, if they got the baseball games up for tomorrow or they got the NBA. They had the playing game lines up, but they also had like series. Well, they had some future NBA stuff. All I
Right.
had to say, like, if you could go right now and be like, I'm a bet that Golden State gets to the second round. They're gonna get to the semis, which is basically me saying Golden State they gonna win the play-in, and then either they gonna match up with Houston or OKC, preferably Houston, and they gonna get through them. Like I would think Vegas would be like, all right, dude, like you gonna tell me a team from the play-in, you gonna make a bet right now that they get into the conference semis? I would think they would make that. It wouldn't be a long shot. Like it wouldn't be a heavy favorite.
Oh no, it wouldn't be a favorite at all.
Mm.
You would get odds, but I don't think you would get as good as odds as you think because they got Golden State as the 3rd seed to win the whole West out the play-in. They only giving you plus 6 something for them to win the whole West.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Out the play-in. So to get around before that, they're not gonna give you more than plus 600.
Right.
They're like, we only giving plus.
Huh? I think they would give me a better number than they would give me once that series is set. Like once it's set, Houston versus Golden State, they probably gonna make Golden State. I'm saying like minus 130, 140
for the series
against Houston, right? And I'm saying if I tried to go there and be like, let me get that right now, like I'm saying Golden State gets to the conference semifinals. You're right.
But you would definitely get better than minus 140.
Right.
Definitely. You would get plus something. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't be more than plus 600 because they're giving you that for them to do the whole thing. I don't think that's good odds. I feel like if you bet them from now to do that, you're going to get better than plus 600. Like, bet them to win the play-in. You know what I'm saying? Then the bet them to win Houston, beat Houston. Then bet them to win that second round series. That's all going to be better than plus 600. You know what I'm saying? I don't think now that I'm thinking about it, they odds and OKC's odds, I think, are a little bit out of whack.
In what sense?
Like, I feel like OKC's way too favored.
I get that. And you think G State ain't getting enough love?
No, it's too low. Like, I think they should be plus 10,000. Plus 1,000, my bad. Plus 1,000, 10-1. 6-1 for them?
So you lowering both of them?
Yes.
You lowering
both?
No,
I'm raising Golden State's odds. I think they should be higher. I don't think 6-1 is enough value to what you betting. I think is more than 6-1. You know what I'm saying? For them to come from the play-in to get to the Western Conference Finals, I think you should be getting at least 10-1 for them to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think minus 145 for OKC, hell no. I wouldn't like them at even money. You know what I mean? I think anyone that come out the West should be plus money.
Right. And if you call it right, you get that plus money because it's a crapshoot.
Right. Minus 145. You know what I'm saying? And 6-1 for Golden State. I think that's because they think everyone feels Golden State that they can get away with that. You know what I'm saying? But then the 2 seed is 22-1. Houston is 22-1, but Golden State is 6-1. Is it that big of a gap?
Right. You know, everybody gives bookmakers mad love for like the lines they set and knowing, but really it's Joe Public. Like if they make a whack line, Joe Public is gonna let them know. Like, oh,
and they will change it.
Right. The Warriors is 6-1. We ain't taking that. Like you saying, like, nah, dude, like they in the play-in and y'all telling me they 6-1. Ain't nobody taking it. They gonna start being like, all right, what if we make them 7-1? Y'all want that?
Right.
8-1.
And I feel like they can make this line because they know people bet Golden State just like that.
Which is probably why it's where it is. Like people it's probably gonna move the other way from what you suggesting. It's probably gonna move to like 550 or 500.
And then we 475. So they that close to us?
Yeah, they are. And you know they are.
And they in a plan though, you know what I'm saying?
We like neck and neck, but I mean,
I don't know. For me,
come out of the play-in and done work.
Nah, we have. You know,
both times coming out of the play-in, like last year, we ended up with the Nuggets first round, and
that was a competitive
series. But the year before that, coming out of the play-in, we got to the conference final. So
it's our first year not in the play-in since like LeBron's first year.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we always been in that play-in. Nah, you right. I guess they are. I mean, well, damn. If they are that close to us, then I guess 6-1 is a right number. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking coming out the play-in and you giving them that low odds. But if you look at it as far as are they that close to us, then it does make sense. You know what I'm saying? But to me, just saying the work they got to do out the play-in, because you look at the other playing teams, like they play Memphis, right?
Yeah. They at least 3,000.
Eight
3,000.
thousand.
8,000.
8,000.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Memphis is 8,000 to win, plus 8,000 to win the West, but Golden State is only plus 675. And they play each other.
And they got the same record.
You see what I'm saying? You giving me 6-1 on Golden State, but 80-1 on Memphis? I mean, I know it's a difference. I know Golden State is better, but that much better though?
Right.
To do the same thing.
Nah, which just lets you know what you already know. That G State ain't your normal play-in squad. Like, it probably ain't never been a play-in squad with that kind of number. It's never been a play-in squad that was like
the
6
third favorite.
Right.
The third favorite to come out the West, and they in the play-in. They might not even be. Well, actually, no. They don't. They're not guaranteed to be in the playoffs.
Right.
They got to win a game to make playoffs, but they the third favorite to come out.
Yeah.
Vegas is telling you something.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Vegas is sending a loud and clear message.
Right. It's just, do you want to listen now or you want to listen later?
Right. Nah. That's why I didn't want them first round. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do anything not to see them first round because they are a threat, but Vegas is telling you they a threat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to make a living disagreeing with Vegas, but we strongly disagree with Vegas in these playoffs. Like, for them to have OKC, they have them, we are clearly like, nah, that's some BS, Vegas. Like, ain't no way. But Vegas is like, we trying to told you, like, these boys is going to the finals.
I wish there was a yes, no on that.
On what? On
OKC. Will OKC win the West? Yes or no? You know what I'm saying?
Because
that's what I. Right.
That's the field goal.
Right. That's what I want. Because that's what I've been saying all year. OKC's not coming out the West. I can't tell you who is, but I can tell you it's not going to be them. I've been saying that for months in this one text chain that we got for the fantasy basketball. I keep telling them OKC's not coming out the West. You know what I'm saying? This was before we got Luka. Now I think it's us. Now I think we coming out the West. But I just know it's not going to be OKC. And Vegas is telling you if it's not OKC and it's not y'all, it's the Warriors.
And ours makes sense. Like, 475 feels right.
Right. Nah. I mean, to me, it feels rich. Like, it feels like a good number. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should be lower than that, but it's because they pumping OKC up so much. They got a team that's so heavily favored. Everyone else is going to be a fatter dog, but at first I thought we were 6-1, and I think we may have been. So that number is getting bet.
Right.
Like, dudes like that number. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I shit, if you had told me we 3-1 to come out the West, I would consider that. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you almost 5-1. Hey.
Yeah, I don't pay that close attention to odds in terms of like odds to win the chip, odds to make it to the championship game or whatever, but I don't know that Vegas in any other sport just throws out seedings and standings the way they are in the NBA right now. Like, to discard Houston, be like, y'all get the hell out of here with that.
as the 2 seed. That's so disrespectful,
To
yo.
skip over, and that's what I'm saying about the Lakers and that number perhaps feeling right. It's like, all right, we're the 3 seed, whatever, but Golden State's the 7th seed, and it's like, so you're gonna skip over Denver, the Clippers, Minnesota, and just be like, that seeding don't matter. Like Golden State trumps that.
Right.
Um, and we ain't even talked about the East. I'm assuming the East is a little bit more in line with the way they finished.
But then disrespecting Houston's 2 seed, though.
Right.
You giving Golden State so much love as the 7 seed and then just disrespecting the 2 seed. You giving the 1 seed hella love.
Too much. Right.
What's the difference? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah.
Well, let's look at the East. Ooh, the Celtics are favored. Minus 140. So they disrespecting Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know. That's different to me. Like Boston,
Well, yeah, because
Boston finished second, and they the defending champs. So
right.
if we're gonna put some respect on somebody, it should be them.
Right.
I mean, and they only finished 3 games behind Cleveland.
Right. They still won 60 games.
Right.
As down as the year as people think they had.
But what is Cleveland?
They won like 65.
No, but what are they?
The odds? They plus 150. Which is right. Which is, if Boston wasn't in there, I think they could have been favored as that. That's how I think the West should be. I think the favorite in the West should be plus 150. There should be no minus 140 team in the West. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's crazy because anybody else in the East is plus 1,000. They like, it's going to be Boston. Huh?
That's to make it or win it?
To win the East.
Okay. Wow.
Just to make the finals. They like, it's Cleveland or Boston. That's it. The Knicks is third at plus 1,000. And they not going.
And they the 3rd seed.
So they'll stay more true to form. The top 3 seeds are the top 3 betting odds.
Right.
In the West, it's the 1, then the 3, then the 7. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Okay. Nah, that gives me a better. But OKC's favored to win the whole thing.
And that's, yeah.
Over Boston, plus 180 to win it all. I feel like that's how they should be to win the West. That's what y'all would have to give me to bet them to win the West. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving that to win the whole thing. They're not winning the whole thing.
Right. Or the West.
Right.
And low-key, if they end up against Memphis first round, I'll probably put a little something on Memphis.
For that, nah.
Just to feel like they had a puncher's chance.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what these odds make me feel, is they were sprinkling a little something on because of a puncher's chance. You know what I'm saying? Like Houston at 22-1. I mean, come on, that's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to
put some on that.
They're not going to. He said, if you put something on that.
I feel like this other stuff we've been talking about ain't puncher's chances. Like Detroit plus 300 versus the Knicks. That's more than a puncher's chance.
Right. Nah.
Milwaukee plus 180.
190.
That ain't just right. Like, close my eyes and swing. And
nah. Right, nah, that's way more than that. If you told me Milwaukee was favored in that series, I wouldn't have blinked. You know what I'm saying? If you had been like, oh, Milwaukee's minus 120 or whatever, you know what I mean? I would have been like, oh, okay, I can see that. You know, it's a close series. But you giving me plus 190?
Right.
We plus 900 to win it all.
Who?
Us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
Wow.
like that. Yeah.
Vegas is like fire away, huh? The Laker Nation.
Plus 900. Boston plus 205. I think that's the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you
Shit.
take plus 900 now, or when it do get Lakers and Celtics, you're not getting that.
Right. Nah, and that's my whole angle. Damn, plus 900, but
Right.
plus 475 to get there.
Right. So almost
Yeah.
double.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, yeah,
Right.
y'all can get there, but y'all not winning it.
Until y'all get there. Don't come back
Right.
looking for this 9-1 once y'all there.
Right. Yeah. Once y'all get there, then it's 2-1. You know what I'm saying? And you would still take that because at that point it's only 2 teams left.
Right. Yeah.
Nah.
You know, I can't wait to see how it play out, man.
Right. Nah, I'm glad we did this little look at the odds though, because that gives me a lot better idea of what Vegas is feeling. And I always like to consider what they feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because they know.
Right. But I feel like to a large degree, we discarding what Vegas is saying. We like Vegas, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Minus 140, OKC.
Right. Nah.
Please.
Nah.
Like, I feel like every level we like Vegas, y'all wrong on this. But like Lee Corso be saying, like somebody knows something I don't know.
Right. But see,
Like that's what you was going towards when you was like Golden State 6-1
nah.
for some reason. Somebody knows something.
Right. Nah. Yes. But I also feel like future bets is where you can get a little let
Mm,
and
true.
I don't even want to say edge, but Vegas leaves a little fat on the bone on future bets. Because one, it's a future bet. So, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what the future is going to hold? And two, everyone's not in that market like that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? The fluctuation ain't the same as every game. Random people bet every game, you know what I'm saying? But you got to look for a future bet. Like, those is more, real bettors that bet that. Because that's how them dudes on that show I used that bet show on ESPN. They love the future bets. You know what I'm saying? Team totals.
Right.
Like that's where Vegas can, every year it's gonna be a team total or two that they just way off on. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this, you know what I'm saying? Like again, I mean, everything ain't gonna hit, but if you sprinkle something on enough of these pluses, some of these pluses gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna just be all favorites through the whole thing. Like it ain't like college. But if you
Right.
just hit on a couple of these dogs, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna end up being worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Damn, that's crazy because we already an hour in and we only talked about the playoffs. Shit, we had a couple other things we wanted to talk about. Which one you want to get into? The NIL or the Dodgers?
Woo, man. Let's go Dodgers, dude.
Okay.
We've been ducking and dodging the Dodgers.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to get into them. And you got your World Series championship tee on. So yeah. Yeah, we gotta get on them then. We gotta get on them. And it's crazy because with the championship, they got to go to the White House. And last time, they didn't go, right? Or did the whole team not go? Or was it not everybody? Because I remember they were saying how Mookie didn't go last time.
Yeah, I was that was in the bubble. So, and that would have been Trump's pretty much his last days. Like, I'm almost positive the team didn't go. But because of the pandemic, like, it was, cats wasn't moving then the way the way we moving now.
Right. So, yeah. Nah, they went this time.
And I didn't like it.
Nah, a lot of people didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fan base. And that's the thing. The Dodgers have a real strong Latino fan base. And I feel like they felt alienated by the team going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when they went, they were undefeated. When they got to the White House, they were 8-0. You know what I'm saying? And since then, they've been like 3-6, but they haven't won a series since they went. Right. And it's like, at first, because people had started pointing it out to me, like literally the night they lost, because that night they lost to the Nationals. Right. The night they went to the White House, you know what I'm saying? And at that moment, people had started telling me, like, see, you know what I'm saying? That's because they went to the White House with Trump. And I wasn't giving it really no credence. I was just like, whatever, they just playing bad right now until they lost 16-0 to the Cubs. That's when I was like, okay, that was the worst home shutout in Dodger history. The Dodgers been around a long ass time.
Right.
When you break some team history record for futility, that's when I was like, hold up. This is record-breaking shit. And you would have never thought that from this squad.
Against that squad.
Right.
I could say if it was the Padres or somebody, but
we just swept them to start the season. You know what I'm saying? Nah, right. That's when I was like, hold up, this may have some legs to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we historically bad after going to see Trump. Like, when they said this the worst shutout in franchise history, I was like, wait a minute. The Dodgers been around like 100 years. This ain't never happened. And it happens to this team? Like, the team at first, people was like, are they going to go 162-0? That was really a talk. You know what I'm saying? We know that's not realistic, but people really thought they could be that good.
Right.
And then
they was the bums. All them years in Brooklyn, like, they got good in the Jackie Robinson era, but for the majority, and I think this year, it's a trip because I think this year they got here in 58, I want to say. This year, I think they will have been in LA as long as they were in Brooklyn. So, like, this year, we finally get the tipping point where we could be like, nah, nigga,
they've been here longer.
LA Dodgers, right. They've been the LA Dodgers longer than they've been the Brooklyn Dodgers. I think this year either it's tied, however many years that is, that we've been Brooklyn versus LA, but
right.
So that's what, 42 plus 25, that's 67 some odd years, I want to say they've been here, which means
so they was there.
And out of them 67 years that they was in Brooklyn, they was probably terrible for at least 50 of them.
And it was never as terrible as they were last night or Sunday night, whatever that was.
Saturday night, yeah.
Right. Nah, that's what made me finally be like, wait a minute. And then that's the thing, though. It's like, they not going to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to acknowledge that it has anything to do with them going to see Trump. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's why I was thinking, like, if it is some sort of curse, how does it get reversed? You know what I'm saying? Because they're not even acknowledging it. So what happens to make it go away? Like, what would they have to do to, like, make it not be that way no more? Because I'm like, we can't have a ruined season off of some shit like that, yo. Like, we spent too much damn money. You know what I'm saying? And then how they started.
Right.
Like they showed you that they was good, and then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, they not.
And it's a trip because you keeping it a lot more baseball than my mind goes with this. Because for one, I'm sitting here, you talking, and I just hoping to glance at my computer screen. It's like it's April 14th. Because when you was like, how do we reverse it? I was like, they need to go harder on what their diversity history is. Like tomorrow's Jackie Robinson Day, 4/15. And I know they're doing something special, like they
at
do,
the stadium.
whole Major League Baseball. Like everybody's wearing 42 tomorrow. But the Dodgers do something extra special, and I know they're giving away some kind of special jersey and shit. As I'm sitting here speaking on it, I'm like, I might
go to that game,
try to make that happen. But there was something that happened within the last maybe 2-3 weeks where Jackie Robinson got removed from.
Oh yeah, right.
Department of Defense, some kind of veterans.
Right. They took his military service down, and then like shortly after that, people went crazy and it went right back up. Like it literally only stayed down for a couple hours, but that was some Trump doing. See, I love it. That's how again you changing my perspective. He like you keeping it a lot more baseball. He said it's broader shit that they could be doing. That's how they reverse it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my bad. Continue.
So yeah, I mean, whatever that was, like I didn't even pay it much mind in terms of when they took, because by the time I found out about it, they was like it's been reversed. Like they putting the Jackie Robinson stuff back up.
Right.
And so I don't even know.
Up.
Huh?
It's back up.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even mention it was going back up. It just came back up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right. And I didn't even get that official. Like, I was just hearing it from other Dodger fans who was upset. Like, how the hell are you going to come for Jackie Robinson? Like,
no, it literally happened within hours.
Right.
Because remember, Black sent us the text.
Okay.
Black sent us the text in the text chain when it happened. And he was like, pay attention to this. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what they're doing. Right. And within the hour, I got the text where it was back up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like within an hour, I got a alert saying, oh, the Jackie Robinson thing that they took down is back up. And I was like, wow.
And so I don't know what that whole conversation was in terms of why they decided to take it down. Or if it was just the backlash that made them put it back up real quick. But I'm like, all right, Dodgers, like that's a place to, dig your feet in the ground and be like, what are y'all doing? Like, are y'all out y'all damn mind? Y'all taking, y'all doing anything to disturb the memory, the legacy of Jackie Robinson? Like, why the fuck are you touching that? Like, you don't do that. And he a Dodger?
Right. Because I think he was under some DEI.
Right. Anti-DEI.
Right.
And so, I felt like the culture handled that. Like the culture got on that before the Dodgers even had to lift a finger.
Right.
But still.
They still should have spoke on it.
Right.
And that could have been reason to not go.
Right. And so I don't know, because I've mixed sports and politics before. Like, I did some shit back when the Lakers was going for their repeat in 2010, and that Arizona immigration law came out, and so anything that had to do with Arizona or Phoenix, people was protesting, and the Lakers was playing Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals that year. And I didn't take, but I arranged for some of my students. We was like, let's go check out this protest. Heard that they were going to be protesting before the game. I'm like, let's go check it out. Y'all don't have to participate. We studied immigration. y'all got to do like some service learning project. So this going to be your service learning project. We're going to go down there if you want to. Like, you don't have to. But, you know, our school was close to Staples. Y'all meet me down there. We're going to check out the protest. Get down there, and it's like the protest is like 10 people. So we get drawn in. And so, long story short, all of a sudden I'm in the middle of why won't Phil Jackson come out and speak out against this Arizona immigration law. And, you know, it became this whole big old thing where, you know, I was getting hate mail and.
Is that right?
Yeah, you know, asking to get interviewed on this Fox News shit.
On Fox.
Right. Right. So anyway, you know, just that whole little experience kind of made me be like, you know what? Sports is sports, politics is politics. I wish I hadn't tried to mix them up like that. And so I don't know what way the Dodgers could have been like, nah, we ain't going without making it too political, which would have been a major distraction. Even if they didn't go and they were just like, you know what, you fuck with Jackie, we ain't having it. Or just, you know, my thing is, dude, like I'm done debating Trump's policies, like whatever they are, tariffs, whatever it is. I'm like, I'm done with it. But my thing on him is, are you presidential? Like, I just don't feel like you're presidential. Like, you don't, whatever.
Carry yourself like a leader.
And so to me, just on the moral authority that I feel like you don't exhibit as a leader, we got to steer clear. It's how I would hope the Dodgers would have viewed it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was going to be a thing regardless. If the Dodgers had been like, we wasn't going to go, we ain't going, that would have been a whole thing. They probably would have lost to Washington that day anyway. I don't know that they would have lost 16-0 to the Cubs, but it wasn't no win. Like, they should have spoke on that. Shit, I'm saying they could have spoke on it when they won it. But, of course, we didn't know who was going to be in the White House at that point.
Spoke on if they were going or not?
Yeah. Like, they could have tried to nip it in the bud and make it not seem like it was a shot at Trump. But,
right,
you know, at that point, you know, that was October. The election wasn't until November. Even after he won, they could have came out. They could have probably quietly issued a press statement and was like, you know, whatever.
He declined all invitations to the White House.
We trying to focus on repeating
the season. Right.
Nothing that's going to create
distractions.
Right.
Nah, it's crazy because I love hearing what you just said. I mean, I feel like this been the episode of you perspective checking me. You know what I'm saying? Because you said you didn't like the fact that you mix sports and politics. And I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, I like that. Like, I feel like sometimes you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's the only way you're gonna get the ear of the people that's the sports people. You got to come to their playing field to let them know about this shit that y'all need to hear about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually not mad at that. I'm glad y'all did that. And I wish the Dodgers had done that. Because like you were saying, they have multiple opportunities to address this one way or another. They never addressed it. You know what I'm saying? They just went. And then, you're right. Either way, it would have been, you know, people on either side, but your fan base is on this side.
Mm-hmm.
You went away from your fan base. So you're right. Either way, they would have decided somebody was going to be mad, but who you want to make mad? Your fan base? Or who we don't even know who's happy about it because they know, you know what I mean? I ain't heard nobody say, I'm glad the Dodgers went. everybody I talk to about it is like, I wish they wouldn't have went. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, someone would have been mad, but then in that case, you got to think, who are you making mad? Who do you care about the most? You know what I'm saying? So, I the mixing of the two, I feel like sometimes that's necessary because you're not gonna get certain people that's just in the sports no other way than come into their arena. But then it's like, who do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they kind of, I'm not gonna say they was like fuck the fans, but clearly they wasn't like, we gonna go with what the fans think. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
And like, we said they had outs. Like the Jackie Robinson thing would have been perfect. Like we standing with Jackie. Like, and
that would have been enough. And
right.
Either way, I feel like they never spoke on that. Having nothing to do with going to the White House, y'all should have spoke on that. Hey, what's going on with Jackie, yo? Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need y'all touching nothing to Jackie's. Like,
our greatest Dodger.
Right. And one of the greatest, everything he just did for civil rights, period. Take the baseball away from it. You trying to say this is a DEI shit? Huh? You know what I'm saying? What kind of message is that? Like, we removing all DEI, so this is part of that.
Yeah, man. The more we talking, the more I'm getting upset.
Right. Nah, me too, though. Me too. The more I'm like, yeah, the Dodgers, they not standing with us.
And I stand true to their legacy.
Nah.
Like they could short circuit everything else about our fans. They could just be like, nah, this is on blue. Like, you don't, because I felt like even something might have happened with Roberto Clemente. Like, something happened with Roberto Clemente but I think this was just Pittsburgh. And it might have been Pittsburgh, because whether it's teams, colleges, school districts, like the Trump administration is trying to make everybody fall in line on this. Like they sending all kind of threats. If you're not
with it, your funding is getting cut.
Exactly.
I think they just did some shit to Harvard. Like they froze some of Harvard's funding for some shit.
Right. And so I don't know why Pittsburgh did what they did, but somehow or another, some of Roberto Clemente got covered up in the stadium. But I brought that up as a way to. I was trying to think of an example to be like, could you imagine if, somebody did this to Larry Bird or Bob
or
Kool,
Brady? You know what I'm saying? If we gonna erase Brady's legacy because it's a DEI, like, you know what I'm saying? People will be like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, you can't. The whole league is about to honor this dude tomorrow. The entire league.
Right. And y'all taking his military service?
No, you're right. Dodgers, y'all had the chance to just be like, dude, fuck everything else. We just getting at y'all on this topic right here.
Right.
You don't mess with Jackie. Like,
right. Even if it's only for a few minutes. And no one would have said nothing. Like, that gives you the ultimate ground to stand on. You know what I'm saying?
This is one of ours, right? Like, this is our greatest Dodger. Like, what y'all say to the Yankees, yeah, we take all that Babe Ruth shit out. Like, Babe Ruth.
Right.
Like, he's our Babe Ruth. Like, you don't.
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Babe Ruth has a tainted history. Like Jackie Robinson, you can take the baseball out of it. Just what he did for the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Dodgers could have stood on that. Like, we standing behind our fans on the civil rights aspect of this, the DEI portion that y'all trying to erase. Fuck that he ever played baseball. We doing this for people of color. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't say Pete. They act like it didn't even happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's interesting. And it's funny because I was just saying how I like the fact that you mix politics and sports. But then I was gonna say this is why I try to separate like the teams or artists from their actions. Because if not, you wouldn't be able to root for nobody. You wouldn't be able to listen to no music. You wouldn't be able to watch no TV. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got some shit where somebody could be like, well, you listen to him, he do this. Because this is what the Dodgers is putting us through right now. They like, y'all Dodger fans, look what these niggas is doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, does this make you not a Dodger fan? And it don't, but I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you weren't a Dodger fan, this would be something you could point to. Like, what is your team doing? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like Snoop. Snoop performed at Trump's inauguration and all that. And it's like, so do you not listen to Snoop no more? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so that's why I always was like, man, you got to separate the artist from the person from the art. If you want to enjoy that art, don't tie it to their life. Because if you dig deep enough in their life, you're going to find something that make you be like, man, I can't listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what the Dodgers is doing. Like, in any other scenario, how they reacted to this situation would have me like, man, I'm not fucking with them.
How they reacted to Jackie Robinson, or how they reacted in terms of going to the White House?
Both.
Okay.
The fact that they haven't said nothing about Jackie, and then they turn around and go to the White House.
Weeks later.
Any other, huh?
I said weeks later.
Right. In any other scenario. In any other scenario would have me like, man, I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool on them. But it's the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you're not gonna do that. But man, I didn't tie the fact that they could have spoke on the Jackie shit to this.
And if they had, Trump probably would have uninvited them. Like, that would have been they get out of jail free card. Then they could have became the victims.
Right, because he petty like that.
Right.
That's right up his. He would have took that bait easy.
You know he would have.
He said Trump would have uninvited him because that's how he is.
Right. And then all of a sudden they the victims.
Right.
And they can go about their business.
Right. Standing up for Jackie.
Right. Which is what they have to do. Like, you know, I don't want to live in a world where the Dodgers.
But they didn't.
Dodgers don't let somebody come for Jackie Robinson and not
do nothing.
Stand 10 toes. Like, nah, you're gonna have to blow this whole stadium up.
But they didn't do nothing though. Like you said, the culture took care of that.
Right. And, you know, we saying that, and I ain't fact-checked it or dug.
Well, we would have heard a statement, though.
Yeah.
So let's just say they did make a statement and we missed it. That was a weak-ass statement. I watch every game. I listen to games on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Where did y'all put this statement?
Right. Right. You've been to 2-3 games so far. Right. Like
opening day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if y'all
put it on
did,
the scoreboard.
If y'all did put it out, where did y'all slip it?
Watch them do it tomorrow.
Huh?
Watch them do it tomorrow.
I mean, maybe, but if they do, it's too late. It's already been reversed by the culture. Nah, that's a great point. I didn't really think about that. They never spoke on that, yo.
Right.
And then went.
And have sucked since.
Right. I was just looking. They won tonight. They beat Colorado, but I mean, Colorado has 3 wins.
I was about to say we could the Smack Squad could beat Colorado.
Right. They didn't score in San Diego.
For 3 games.
Yeah. That 3 runs they got on us today were their first runs of this road trip.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Nah, I've been paying attention to the Dodgers. I haven't been paying attention to Major League Baseball until I got to Vegas and started trying to bet baseball games, which I wasn't winning none of. But I knew the Giants. I got off to a good start. I knew the Padres. I got off to a good start. But I didn't know they had maintained it. Like, I got to the point where I started to look. I saw the Giants was at Yankee Stadium. Like, I was singing Sportsbook the whole weekend. Giants and Yankees, front and center. Giants is winning games. I think they won the series against the Yankees, and today they blew Philly.
Right. See, we in third place.
Right.
We in third place, yo. We will be the last wild card.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, I don't think what the Giants is doing is sustainable, but what the Padres is doing is.
Yeah, they 11-0 at home.
Right. Which we were undefeated until this last, you know what I'm saying? We were undefeated at home until this cut to the Cubs.
Right. Yeah.
That was our last little hope. First, we was undefeated all together. Then we had the undefeated at home. All that came crumbling down after this Trump thing.
Right. Nah. Because it was a trip because the Padres probably started 8-0. I think we started 9-0.
We started 8-0.
Okay.
And they started 7-0. Right.
And was still in second place.
Right.
Right. It was all kind of clowning, like just cartoons with Manny Machado, like and Tatis Jr. arguing, like, dude, you told me if we went undefeated, we would win. We would win the division.
That's funny.
And they 7-0, second place.
Right. But it's funny because all that time, I kept saying to Gino, I was like, if we lose tonight, we in second place. Like all during that streak, because every time we would win, they would win. Right. So when it got to like us 6-0, I was like, we 6-0, but if we lose, we in second place. And nobody wasn't even thinking about the Giants because they had already lost. Right. So they were just carrying one loss, you know what I'm saying? But we were still both undefeated. But now, with that little swoon we had, all of a sudden we in third.
Right.
And it's like they were saying earlier today, they was like, if we keep this up too long, we look up, we 8 or 9 games behind the Padres.
Right.
They was like, we can't let them run away with it at this point.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the 1, 2, 3 is solid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hell, even if you throw Will Smith off to a decent start, he got decent.
Oh yeah, right? He hitting 3. He are only 300 hitter.
And Edmund. So I mean, 1 through 6, I feel good. Muncie
is terrible right now. He better watch out.
Pajes
is terrible too. And see, that's the thing. Both of those dudes, they're not playing defense. Our defense is terrible. And if you're not hitting, you can't be not hitting and not playing D. Muncie don't have no homers.
Right.
hitting less than 100, and got probably 6 or 7 errors. Like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And that Asian second baseman we signed, remember we signed him and traded Lux.
Right.
And then he ended up in the minors.
Right.
He didn't even make the squad. But he killing down in AA right now. So he looked like he ready. And I mean, if he can play second, he can play third.
Who plays second right now?
Edmund.
Okay. So
which is another thing. He should be playing short. Mookie and Muncy next to each other on the infield. That's the worst defensive side of an infield in baseball. Like them two, you know what I'm saying? They can't stay next to each other. Like, that's not a championship defensive side. You know what I'm saying? Mookie needs to either go to second or back to the outfield, let Edmund play short. And if Mookie plays second, dude can play third. That the dude in the minors, you know what I'm saying? The Asian dude, but he's coming up soon because Muncy ain't hitting. It's enough dudes not hitting. If we got a dude down there that's hitting, he gonna get a look.
And what they gonna do? So what they gonna do with Paez? Like, who's gonna be?
Yeah, that's the one. Well,
outfielder?
Mookie can go to center.
I don't like that. I mean, I know he can do it, but
would you rather him at center or short?
Yeah. I mean,
because he can go to center, Teo and right, Conforto and left, Edmund at short. TK probably play second because dude will play third, or dude can play second, Kike can play third. Him, the dude in the minors.
Right. Yeah.
He's a second baseman. They said he's Gold Glove caliber. Like, he can field. That's, you know what I'm saying? He was showing that in spring training. He just couldn't hit. But then he went down there. He hitting for power down there.
Yeah. I felt like Edmund should be the center fielder. But then that kind of leave the infield in a mess.
Right.
Unless, yeah. No.
Because he is good in center, but then that would mean Mookie would have to stay on the infield. You know what I'm saying? I want Mookie back in the outfield. And Teo already moved to right, so that's, you know what I'm saying? That means Mookie would have to go to center. Because Teo can't go to center.
Right. Nah. Which if Edmund goes, and yeah, ain't nobody else to play short. I mean, other than Miguel Rojas, but I mean, he can't be worse than what Muncy is doing.
Nah, defensively ain't nobody worse than him or Mookie. Anybody we put at short or third would be an upgrade from him and Mookie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mookie or Muncy. Both of them are below average fielders.
Because I could see Mickey Rowe going to short, Mookie going to second, and the dude in the minors, the Asian kid, going to third.
Third. I mean, that's
with Edmonds in the outfield. Edmonds at center field, to me, I want Edmonds
in center.
I mean, if Edmonds went to shortstop and Mookie went to center, I could live with that. But then that keeps Muncy in the lineup.
Nah. Dude goes to third.
Nah, if Edmund goes to short, Then we need a second baseman. That's gonna be the Asian dude.
or Kike.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
Kike can,
Kike got October magic.
right. Well, he playing first right now.
Right. Now he could definitely play second, no doubt.
Right, and then move dude to third, or he could, or dude, or Kike could play third,
Mm.
and dude play second.
So you want Muncie and Paez out the lineup ASAP.
Muncie for sure. Muncie, like unless he get hot quick, Muncie gotta sit. Paez, he's been doing enough that you could talk me into leaving him in center. But he's next. After we get Muncie out of there, then I'm gonna be looking at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Outman?
Mm.
Because that's the thing. You can't not hit and not field. You know what I'm saying? Paez is a below average center fielder, so he got to hit. You know what I'm saying? He took that grand slam away against the Cubs, but shit, that was in a 16-0 game. That just stopped it from being 20-0. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
And then what's up with the pitchers?
The pitching has been okay, except for Sasaki. He's wild, you know what I'm saying? But like May's been my favorite dog. He balled tonight. Like May and Yamamoto have been holding it down. You know what I'm saying? They are two best pitchers. Snell got hurt.
Glass now's kind of tripping.
Right. Glass now couldn't play in the rain in Philly. It started raining and he melted down. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That was kind of unacceptable from him. He a professional. Like you ain't never been in no rain.
Right.
Yeah, I think the pitching has been decent. You know what I'm saying? The pitching ain't really the issue, I don't think. To me, the glaring weakness is the defense. Like, you can't have bad defense. Like, excuse me.
Bless you, my dude.
Thank you. That's what killed the Yankees last year. You know what I'm saying? And they got all the way to the World Series. Excuse me. They got all the way to the World Series before it showed up. Like, I don't want to play that game. I want to fix. I want to fix that before it gets to that, to that stage.
But we've had these issues before. Like we was having some of these same conversations around this same time last year.
Nah, and that is true.
I feel like Edmonds wasn't in the fold yet. Like we got some different pieces now, which should make it easier to fix it.
But that was kind of part of the fix. We went and got Edmonds. And when we traded for him, he was still hurt.
Right.
And it was like, we trading for an injured dude? And look who it turned out to be. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up.
Right.
Just give me a minute.
Right. Nah, that turned out to be huge. Nah, and you're right, though, because last April was the last time we had lost consecutive series.
Really?
Yeah, and we just did it again. You know what I'm saying?
We lost 3 straight.
Right. But when we lost 2, that was the first time we had done it since last April. Because they was like, dude, we just did that last April. Like, we just went through this same thing last April and we ended up winning it. That was their rebuttal to everyone saying, dude, y'all just lost 2 series in a row. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you know when the last time we lost 2 series in a row was? Last April. And how did that turn out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what made me pump my brakes. And you was just saying how we was going through these same things last year. And I was like, okay.
With some of the same people.
Right. Nah. So, we gonna give Muncie a little bit longer, but the eyeballs is on you right now.
And it ain't nothing else in the pipe besides the Asian infielder.
No, I mean that's how we built the squad. You know what I'm saying? Like going into big spring training, it was kind of like, yo, this roster is full. Like you're gonna have to really ball out to make this roster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we need these dudes to perform like they're supposed to perform. Ain't nobody sitting down there that's good. Everybody is here except dude. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't hitting the panic button. Like, baseball is what it is. Like it's a game based on failure. Like even when
A Hall of Famer.
right, and you're supposed to be this really dope team, like, you still gonna lose at least 30% of your games. So I ain't too worried on the baseball side. The White House visit, the not standing up for Jackie, like, to me, those are the things. And I'm not a big curse guy. I know the Lakers were supposedly cursed. Damn, when did there was a Chick Hearn curse, but Chick alive for the whole three-peat? He must have been.
I feel like he was.
Okay, because for some reason I'm thinking he died after the first one, and he died August 5th, 2002. So yeah, we won 2000, 2001, 2002.
So he saw the last one and then passed.
Right. And then it was supposed to be a Chick Hearn curse on the Lakers because not everybody went to his funeral. I don't know if it was Kobe or Shaq. It must have been Kobe. There was significant people, Laker people, who didn't go to his funeral.
I did not know that.
And for a minute, it was the Chick Hearn curse. That's what it was from 2002 to when we finally, and this is 7 years. This is, the spoilage of being a Laker fan. We go 7 years.
And that's a curse.
Without winning. And we like, dude.
We cursed.
Who put the whammy on us?
That's funny, man.
But, to me, if there was something worth your franchise being cursed over, it's you ain't standing up for your greats. Like you letting the legacy of your greatest Dodger get disrespected, and you ain't saying nothing, and then you go to the scene of the crime
and act like it's all cool with the murderer
and have tea with him. Right.
Give him a Dodger jersey.
Did they?
That's the part that puts me over the edge. They gave him a 45 Trump jersey. They made Kershaw give it to him. Well, I don't even know if they made. He probably wanted to do it. But when that was the moment I was like, okay, if I ever see him in that, if I ever see Trump in that jersey, that might be the moment. Fair. But yeah, they gave him a jersey. I was like, okay, y'all didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Like I was saying, if it's something that's worth
a curse,
cursed over, that would be it. So I mean, it's the timing of this. Like I don't know what made you pick Monday nights to do this, but it'd be such optimal points in time. Like these Mondays have been just crucial ass Mondays, and this one is right before Jackie Robinson Day, and it's like I'm gonna go into it. Shit, I'm about to get like before the clock strikes midnight. I'm gonna have my Jackie Robinson Day planned in terms of
are you gonna be at that game?
Right. And what have the Dodgers done? Like, shit, I'm gonna read up on what the shit was that the Veterans Department or Department of Defense or whoever did what they did, like
And have the Dodgers made a statement.
Right. Like I got time today. Like I ain't had time in these weeks leading up, but I got time today.
Nah. And it's the perfect day to have time because it's tomorrow.
Right. And I ain't been to a Dodger game yet.
And
literally when they said it, they started talking about it on the radio last week, like October, I'm sorry, December, April 15th.
Right.
Jackie Robinson Day, come to the stadium. We got such and such jerseys for, the first however many people come in.
Right.
And I thought it was like, oh, okay, damn, that sounds cool. Like I might want to do that because we went last Father's Day. Julianne and Lennon took me to a Dodgers game. Like and I can't say Julianne because it's Lennon. Like I get on Lennon on Mother's Day. Like, dude, that's your mama. Like, get on it. Like,
right.
I'm here to help you.
Right. But it's not my mama.
Right. You got to come with some juice, and I'm gonna help get you there.
Right.
And so, I get on her about that. But really, when I'm getting on her about it, I'm really talking to her about Father's Day.
Right. Like you keep the same energy on Father's Day too. This energy I'm telling you to have on Mother's Day is because I need you to have it on Father's Day.
Right.
That's hilarious.
So finally, last Father's Day, they came correct. Took me to a Dodgers game. It happened to be like Black Lives Matter night or whatever. Gave out Dodger jerseys with a Black Power fist on the back. It's like my favorite Dodger jersey. Like I wear that thing every chance. Anything that's like wear a jersey, that's what I'm wearing. And so, whatever they're giving out tomorrow, it's like, yeah, it's probably gonna
be that.
It's gonna be right. They ain't giving out trash, but all that aside, dude, it's just like, what are y'all gonna do? And I ain't never been to a Jackie Robinson Day. I ain't never, I noticed people wearing 42, but I ain't never really engaged with Jackie Robinson Day ever.
Right. And it's crazy because they do all these heritage days, like the Filipino heritage, the Armenian, Korean. And I remember I asked my friend, I asked Lo, I was like, do they have a black day? You know what I'm saying? And she said that they did have something last year where they gave out like a jersey that had like the red, gold, and green or whatever, Dodger jersey. And then I guess this Jackie Robinson thing is probably, you know what I'm saying, the closest thing to it. Oh, that's the jersey? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that is dope. Oh, wow.
Dodgers on front, then on the
back. Right, yeah. Nah. When did they give that out? They gave that out last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They but I think
like that.
They did have a different Black Heritage Night. Like
and the jersey was like a kente cloth, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, between this, that, and Jackie Robinson, like,
okay,
that's 3 nights.
That's kind of for us.
Right.
Nah, because on those other nights, they give jerseys.
Right.
Like the Armenian, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, can we get a jersey? But I guess they do give it. They have given us jerseys. You know what I'm saying? That one right there is dope.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. So
yeah, and the color scheme too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the normal Dodger color scheme. Like that's yeah. I'm feeling that.
Right. So now we don't see what they do because they need to make this one special.
They need to make it right. Yeah, nah. They need to make it right. And that's why that was my question. Like, how do you reverse this curse? And that's what your answer was. Y'all got to do some shit in the community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to do some of this shit. Make these days special. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna give them their chance to do it, to do that. And hopefully that will reverse it. Cause I was like, I'm thinking, how do you reverse it mid-season? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just let this whole season go cursed. Like, y'all got to do something in this season to flip this. But you're right. Tomorrow could be a great start. You know what I'm saying? Y'all freak that Jackie Robinson day out. And then let me hear that y'all made a statement or something.
All that, man. Nah, we got to get these cats back on the road. This supposed to be our dynasty time. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. We can't let this season just fall apart on some curse shit. Like, there has to be a way that we can reverse it in season. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I like that. It's got to be some community shit. Like, man, I wish there was a way we could reach out to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. Like I was saying, they not gonna acknowledge that it's a curse. Like because then that would make it like them going to the White House was wrong. They gonna stand on, you know what I'm saying? They not even gonna acknowledge that. So it's gotta be y'all just do some shit.
nah, I mean, they definitely need to hear, whatever the feedback is about the Jackie Robinson thing. Like, if they haven't made a statement, y'all need to make a statement. Like, y'all, it is never too late. Like,
Right. Especially on something like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially on something like that. And the fact that tomorrow is the day gives y'all another chance. Y'all blew the chance last week or 2 weeks ago when it actually happened. You know what I'm saying? But now, tomorrow, the whole
blow
league.
it again by going to the White House.
Right. Right.
Y'all could have showed up in all 42 jerseys. Like, hey, Trump, remember
Right.
him?
Right.
Like,
And remember what you just tried to do last week? You know what I'm saying? We wasn't happy about that. We here, but we want to let you know that, you know what I'm saying? We didn't think that was cool. Y'all went up in there kikiing with that man.
So nah, they 0-2 at this point. Like, they got 2 strikes.
Right. Nah.
On this situation, and tomorrow could be the strikeout.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna do that. They gotta at least take a ball tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta make the count 1 and 2 tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Could I?
Right.
Could I?
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's, man.
And I think they will because it's a league-wide thing.
It is, but if they don't personalize it to be like.
But I feel like they gotta outdo the league. They always do.
Right.
Every year on that Jackie Robinson day, I feel like the Dodgers outdo the league. Like all day, you see everyone wearing.
We're the epicenter.
Right.
We're the epicenter of Jackie Robinson Day.
Right.
It revolves around us. Like, whatever if what was his wife's name? Gosh.
Rachel.
When Rachel was alive, she was gonna be
at the game.
Like, that was like whatever what you're saying we outdo. And I don't even know if it's us outdoing as much as it is like those who are trying to celebrate Jackie know the best place to do it is at Dodger
here.
Stadium.
Right. But the whole league wears his jersey though.
Right.
Like everyone in the league. So you see games all day and you see dudes in his jersey, and then other parks do stuff. And then our game is usually at night. And then by the time it comes to us, we got his wife there, his kid, you know what I'm saying? So I always feel like you see it throughout the day, and then ours is like the culmination of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like they really need to punctuate that tomorrow.
And I think it needs to be more than that. Like, that's what it is every year, period.
Right.
Tomorrow needs to be something that acknowledges last month,
Mm.
Jackie Robinson, whatever the offense was. Even if it wasn't a true offense, even if I don't know how, whatever the website was, I don't know how they planned it. Like, oh, that was some dumbass intern that did that, and whatever. They need to be like, dude, we reaffirm the fact that Jackie Robinson should be celebrated in every part of this country, every part of this culture. Like, there should be no questioning of anybody's allegiance or wanting to affiliate themselves with Jackie Robinson. Like, statues, awards, like whatever it is you got, like, fire it all when it come to this dude. Like, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be something in there mixed in that just basically says we saw
what y'all did was BS. Don't touch this man's resume. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I feel you on that.
I feel like it would be, and then because you was like they should at least take a pitch or get it to 1 and 2. I feel like it gets to 1 and 2 if they just do their normal,
Jackie Robinson every day, right? Every year, Jackie Robinson.
Right, but it's gonna be appreciated. Like, whatever
right. It's gonna look good enough that they took the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like they need to do something extra.
Right.
They need to connect on this 0-2 pitch and drive it in the gap somewhere. Nah, I'm with it. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly. And how they do that is calling whoever it is, whoever responsible for the bullshit that went down. Like, we see you motherfuckers. Like, leave Jackie the fuck alone. Don't.
Just like that. Get all up in the camera just like that.
Nigga, we see you.
Trump? Nah, that's man. Yeah. Well, shit, I think this is a good leave-off point. You know what I'm saying? Because it give us something to. Now we got something to look for tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to do your research on your own, but we got something to hold the Dodgers to. You know what I'm saying? Like, we eyeballing y'all response on this Jackie Robinson Day tomorrow because Jackie has been offended in the last month or so, and y'all didn't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all did the worst thing. Like, y'all have been fucking it up.
Right. Not only did y'all not do nothing about it, y'all went and was keying with the offenders. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that made us feel offended, y'all went and befriended, gave them a jersey and everything. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, shit, we got some shit to check for, and we gonna damn sure report back next Monday.
Right. To y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully they gonna be like 7-0.
Since then.
We on a 7-game win streak now.
Right. Since our episode. And they did something tomorrow. Like, that's what I'm gonna be looking for is a special, you know what I'm saying? Something a little extra special tomorrow. And if they could acknowledge that we wasn't happy about what went down, that would be the perfect tone to take. You know what I'm saying? On this Jackie Robinson Day, we just want to clear up some of the BS that's been going on.
Right. Delivered by Mookie or Magic. Like, one of y'all want to grab the mic and speak on it on our behalf.
Y'all
are well qualified to get that off.
He said Mookie or Magic. Whoever want the mic.
Jason Hayward would do it, but that motherfucker's a Padre now.
I know.
And I hated J-Hay. Like, J-Hay, I always felt like he was overrated. But last year, I was like, yeah, it's something too.
He's a leader.
Right.
Nah, he had those leadership qualities. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always about his play. Every now and then he get a clutch hit, but you could just know that in the locker room he talking what they need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And now he's a Padre, and I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that explains a lot.
Right. He giving that to them now.
Right, and
And
they
he mad
need.
at us.
And we tripping on Jackie Robinson.
Mm.
Like I'm Mr. Black Baseball right now.
Right. Nah. And I'm a Padre.
And y'all let that disrespect go on Jackie. That would have never happened if I was still in the franchise. I would have body slammed Trump ass.
I would have said we not going.
Mm.
I would have stood up and been like, hey, I'm not going at least. Because Mookie didn't go last year or last time. They were speaking on that. Damn.
Right.
Excuse me. And they would say how
That was
Mookie
probably
was
with the Red Sox, though.
the
The year they beat us, 2018.
Okay. That
That
makes sense.
squad was really
Not doing it.
like it ain't got nothing to do with the pandemic. We just ain't fucking with you.
Right.
Life.
Right. Damn. Well, now my allergies is acting up.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, we'll end it right here. I think we just are damn, we went over 2 hours.
On
So
two
this
times.
was our first marathon episode.
Lakers
But
and Dallas.
right. Nah, we didn't even get to NIL.
Or the Rams.
Right. The next week is the draft. But yeah, we'll get to all of that. We'll get to all that. But thank you guys, man, for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? This has been the Kareem Matthews podcast. World Series champion Dodgers, Rams. We don't have no Lakers stuff up, but that'll be up soon. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all again, man. We'll see y'all on the next one.